Hi, and welcome back to the Senior Network. Becky, we were talking earlier, and you had mentioned for our viewers that may not understand, you said the new section at Cypress was subacute.
Correct.
Explain what that means.
The Arbor is, we have 11 private rooms. I think that's right, 10 or 11.
All right.
Don't hold me to it. And it is licensed for 3 weeks of care, as opposed to skilled care where that's forever and ever and ever. And it is for intensive physical therapy, rehabilitation, one-on-one sort of nursing, fine dining.
Okay.
It's an opportunity for folks who have had surgery and that they don't want to go home. They want to go to the Arbor and they get intensive physical therapy.
Yeah, they can get out of the hospital and start the process
Right,
back.
exactly.
Right.
And transition home probably a lot quicker than they could just staying at home.
Great. And now, Carrie, because you folks, obviously you work with a lot of discharges, meaning people coming out of the hospital, and what you offer, instead of having to go to an actual subacute facility, is you do all of that in the home. Is that correct?
Yes. We come to the patient's home, their residence, and we'll bring either, skilled nursing, PT, OT, speech therapy, whatever that patient needs for their condition, we can bring out. Typically, our patients are Medicare patients. They're older.
Yeah, sure.
This is Medicare certified, right, exactly.
And the great news with Medicare is, if you don't know, it covers most of the services that we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yes, with us, if a patient has straight Medicare, they are covered. There's no copay, no out-of-pocket, no deductible. So it's a system where they can even call their doctor and inquire, is this for me? And to be homebound, of course, Medicare defines it as someone, it takes a taxing effort for them to get out of their house. Maybe they need a caregiver, their adult children to come over and help them. They can go to church still. It doesn't mean they're bedridden. They can still go to church. They can get their hair done, things like that, and leave the house. But we will come to their home if they're homebound and work with them to hopefully get them better to where they're not homebound.
And get them out. Speaking of getting out, I see Cypress vans around the
We're
area.
everywhere.
So you're taking them out to do activities?
Oh my gosh, we have 4 vans, buses, 3 automobiles. Yeah, and that's one of the best things about living at the Cypress. Again, we could talk about that aging in place, and what does my 90-year-old self look like? Well, my 90-year-old self probably shouldn't be driving. So, so we take them to the grocery store, the hair salons, the banks, to theater, doctor's appointments, and yeah, it's just another opportunity to keep people living independently as long as possible. And getting out and then also travel. We take cruises. They're leaving next week or this weekend to go to the Biltmore. So they're going to be in Asheville for a few days and cruise in January. And
yeah, well, and I know for the viewers locally, obviously we all know we're very lucky by missing this hurricane the last time around.
Right.
But we still had to make plans to evacuate, and I'm sure the Cypress puts together a big plan and puts process for that, right?
Oh my gosh, we evacuated twice. On the Tuesday when the governor said that we had to evacuate, we evacuated to Fort Mill. Our members evacuated and had a great tour of South Carolina for about 8 hours, because then the governor said, rescinded the order.
Right.
But then on Thursday, we were hesitant about leaving because the European model showed it coming to. So we left again, and we evacuated to the Rosen Hotel and Resort in Orlando, Florida. So it was 4 days of SeaWorld and fine dining.
So everybody got free vacation, right?
Oh my God! And I stayed behind, and I was resentful because they all came back with suntans, and I'm like, what? Yeah, so they're fabulous.
But
time.
I think that says a lot for the families out there, that they know that they can really trust and depend on you folks with their parents.
You have no idea. Children called us and said, we don't know what we would have done without the Cypress.
Oh, yeah.
We can't get there to get mom and dad out of harm's way. We're just glad that you're there. Yeah, it's all part of our Cypress plan. It's a wonderful plan.
I love it. Well, our time's up again.
Oh, rats.
I know. Carrie, thank you so much for joining us. Becky, as always, great to see you. Thank you all for joining us here on the Senior Network, where senior care experts come together. We'll see you the next time.